Hello friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Jess and I'm so glad that you guys are joining me because today is going to be a video where we are talking about books and we're going to be updating my reading journal. So before we jump into the reading journal, we're going to talk about the books that I have recently purchased while I was on vacation because I've gotten back from New York. We're going to talk about what I've been reading and then we will update this. So for starters, 3 stacks of books right here. Let's start with this stack right here first, because this is basically what I've been reading. So first of all, actually that's going to go right there. So this one right here. I read The Housemaid's Secret. I basically started it I want to say maybe a Thursday while on the subway. And I only read maybe 5 pages worth. So it really wasn't that much. And then I read it Friday, while on the subway. And then I read it for a couple hours that night. And then I finished it early the next morning. This one was absolutely fantastic. For those that have read The Housemaid, I definitely recommend this one as well. So here's The Housemaid, and then you have The Housemaid's Secret, which is the second book of the series, and then there is a third one, and I will talk more about that one in a bit. But yeah, so this one was absolutely fantastic, and this is my book club, one of my book club books for this month. And then I started reading One Last Summer, but I was reading it on the Kindle. So I don't know if I'm really going to read the physical. So far I'm really enjoying it and I could definitely see myself annotating it. So I may end up doing this one as a reread for the physical, but we will kind of see. For me, it was kind of about convenience for why I started the Kindle version, because I didn't bring this with me. So yeah, I don't know yet. We'll see. But I am definitely enjoying this one. And then once I'm done reading One Last Summer, I'm going to be starting this one. And this is for a book club book. It is for a new local book club. They started last month and I am joining it for starting this month. So I just have to have it done by the 24th. So I can do it. All right, now let's talk about these 2 stacks of books, and I'm going to kind of keep them pushed off to the side. First of all, we have these 2. So, so Butcher and Blackbird is a book that I read earlier this year. Absolutely loved it. And Leather and Lark is the second book in this trilogy. Well, Brynne Weaver, the author, she had a Barnes & Noble event on June 8th at the Barnes & Noble in Union Square, New York, which just happened to perfectly align up with my trip. So my friend and I, we decided to go to the event where I was able to get this book signed. So we've got a signed copy of Butcher and Blackbird. And then I also got, because the event was a paid event, which basically, when you paid for the event, you were getting the book, the book itself was the ticket. And so I have that one as a signed copy as well. So I am currently reading this one. I'm about 80-ish pages in. I started reading it a tiny bit on Saturday night, but I was reading it more so on Sunday. Really enjoying it so far. But yeah, I'm just so excited about this one. And then the third book is releasing in 2025. All right, so let's go into the other books that I picked up. And this one, like I mentioned, I got as like my ticket into the event. This one I already had. So this was not a new purchase. This one technically is a new purchase. I also got The Housemaid is Watching by Frida McFadden. So this is the third book in the trilogy. I don't think she's going to do any more after this. Just kind of what I read of the synopsis. This one, I think once this book is done, it's going to be done. Like, I don't see how she could do another book, but we'll see. This is for my online book club for July, so I'm not going to read it yet. I'll probably read it like the very beginning of July. And then I also bought Dreadful by Caitlin Rozakis. This is actually one that I was going to buy, or I was going to get from Aardvark, which is like a book subscription once a month. You get like 1 credit. This one is actually a signed copy, but this is like a printed, mass-produced signed copy version. This came from Barnes & Noble, so it is a Barnes & Noble special edition because it has black sprayed edges for the top and the bottom, and then on the side it has this really cool design. So I'm gonna try to kind of put it so you can easily see it. It is so cool. So you have like this really neat design with like all these little skulls inside of it. This is a vampire book, so I'm really excited to read this one. And then the second book that I bought was, well, technically the fourth. This is technically the fourth. Is Wolfsong by TJ Klune. And look at these edges. Oh my gosh, I will admit this was, I have a couple books of TJ Klune's that I want to read. And I will admit, I was kind of like, this is basically what sold me on the book. So hopefully I like his writing. But yeah, Wolfsong is one that just recently came out, and this is a Barnes & Noble special edition. It sounds really good. So I'm gonna kind of like lift it up. So if you want to pause and read, you can. We're gonna go ahead and do this one as well. If you want to pause and read. And then The Housemaid is Watching. If you want to pause and read. But yeah, so really excited about this one. And then I also got Ali Hazelwood, Not in Love, another Barnes & Noble special edition. It's like shiny, not sprayed edges though. And you can pause and read. And then I also bought The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. So this is one I've already read, but I really love her books. This is the inside. It's so pretty. And then you have pink sprayed edges. And then her books are just like so colorful. But I always highly recommend Catherine Center. Her books are just absolutely phenomenal. Pause and read. Okay. And then Rachel Lynn Solomon. Okay, so she is like, actually, I'm going to go ahead and like kind of move these all over so you can see it better. Rachel Lynn Solomon is one of my top favorite authors. And this is actually a sequel to another book of hers, which I don't have. But it's a sequel to Today, Tonight, and Tomorrow, which really enjoyed that book. Let's pause and read if you want to see what this one's about. But what is really cool is look at these edges. You have the Seattle Space Needle and just a really, really pretty design along the top, along the long edge. I'm hoping it's focusing well. And then also along the bottom. So I thought that that was cool. I'm so excited to read this one. And then I bought The Whispers. This one actually released in 2023, but it sounds so good. So by Ashley Audrain. Pause and read. It seems like really creepy, and I cannot wait to read this one. Okay, so this one I actually got from the MoMA, the Museum of Modern Arts. I am absolutely like obsessed with Vincent van Gogh. Van Gogh, I don't know how it's pronounced properly. If you are a fan of Doctor Who, Vincent and the Doctor is my favorite Doctor Who episode, but it's basically a book that talks about all of the paintings that he has created. So this is just like so cool. So while at the MoMA, we were able to see the Starry Night. And then when we went to grab lunch, decided that I wanted to, so this is the one that they had on display. They had another one as well. I would have to go back to my photos because I honestly cannot remember what it was. I think it was a self-portrait of his. Now, maybe it was either a self-portrait or it was like some kind of flower. I'm not positive. But anyways, we went to get something to eat. I was looking in their little gift shops. I saw this one and I'm like, I have to get it. Like I didn't buy it at first because I was like, well, like I don't want to have to carry this around the city. We were going to be heading to the Bronx to go to a Yankee game. And then I looked online because I knew that they had a store. They didn't have this one in the online store. So I ran back and I picked it up, and this was actually like the last copy that they had. So this is just going to be like a fantastic, oh, that was $25. But this is just going to be like an absolutely fantastic piece to just, you know, keep on my bookshelf, like a nice little collector book, if I ever wanted to look through it. So we have that. And then finally, this one was actually gifted to me from the fantastic Donna. She is part of our online book club, and she was one of the ones that I was like so lucky to be able to meet up with, and she gifted me the book. Every time I go on vacation, someone dies. I actually have an author chat tomorrow, so I was so excited, but I absolutely want to go ahead and read through this. I don't know if I'm gonna have time this month, so I'm thinking about putting it on for next month, and I can't wait, like especially as I kind of see like the format of it. I kind of really love that, and I think that this would be a really good one to annotate as well. So yeah, I'm excited about that. But yeah, here we go. We have 10 new books to add to my collection, and hopefully next month, like I don't know if it's going to be in June or if it's going to be in July, but my goal is to get some bookshelves up. All right, so let's go ahead and update my reading journal. So I'm gonna do my phone. I have honestly only finished like one book since, yeah, I've only finished 3 books for the month of June so far. I need to like get back to audio reading. I really need to like read. But anyway, so we've got that. I don't do anything with this yet. I could update this. I really need to update this right here. And I'm not gonna do, God, do I really want to update that book's purchase? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm not gonna do this just yet, but what I am going to do is, I know that the purchase is going to go right here. So I'm going to be putting 9 because I didn't buy one of those. It was gifted to me. And then let's see. I can go ahead and put down like my little audiobook and such. I was kind of looking at it, and I think I actually used the smaller ones. So let's see if I can find those really quickly. I may just have to use the big ones for it because that's like easy reach, whatever. Oh, I did use the big one for that one. Anyways, okay, sorry. Squirrel. So we have audiobook, which I have not finished any audiobooks. Technically I did. Yes, I did. I started reading one as a Kindle and then I switched over to audiobook. I have not finished reading any Kindle books this month. Surprisingly, I finished 2 physical so far though. So we're gonna go with 1, 2. Okay, so there's that, and I will finish updating that. I'll update that probably next time. So now, basically, I'm taking my books read on the Goodreads app, and I'm gonna go ahead and start updating the calendar. Let's go ahead and pick out 2 colors. We're gonna use purple for start. We're gonna use this orange for same day. And then let's go with a blue for finish. And this is when, especially if I don't like update this properly, this is when I'm always grateful to have Goodreads because it at least it keeps me to where I can actually remember when I need to do this. And so I'm just going to go ahead and basically kind of create the lines so then that way I know where I need to fill in the book. Okay, so attached at the hip was actually one that I had already started, so I'm not going to create a start for that one. What I do have to find is my pens. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to kind of fill in, like, for the books that I have started this month, I'm going to go ahead and fill this in, and I'm probably going to speed it up as I do that. All right, and then I'm going to go to my current books. I actually do not have Leather and Lark on there, so let's go ahead and add it. And that one, we're going to move it to currently reading. Whoops, no, come on. Jeez. And I'm just going to edit the date because this was actually started on the 9th. Wait, hold on. No, I started it on the 8th, Saturday. That was Sunday. Wait, why does it say start date of 6/11 when it's... Hold on. Okay, I got it Saturday night, and I started reading it then, but it was only like a couple pages. And then did I read it on the 9th? I did not read it on the 9th. I read it on Monday. That was when I read it. I'm like a day behind. But anyways, sorry. Let's go ahead and add it here. All right, so we are done with these pages. for now. And now I'm going to go to this Books Read, and I'm going to go ahead and update these. So this again is when I go to my Goodreads. Okay, so far I have had 2 4 stars and 1 5 star. So far the books that I've read this month have been enjoyable. And this is when I am very grateful that I'm very grateful when I can actually remember the colors that it's supposed to be. And then my 5 star, my first 5 star of the month is The Housemaid's Secret. All right, so that one is updated. You know what I just realized? I have not updated, oh my goodness. I have not updated my TBR for this month. I think what I'm going to do, I have a lot of books that I have to catch up for in July. I've got 4 books that I have to catch up for in June. So I'm gonna skip the A to Z challenge. Oh, monthly TBR. Crikey. I'm actually holding on that. I will update that off camera, seriously, either later tonight or tomorrow. Same thing with the monthly arcs. I need to kind of like figure out which ones I'm going to be reading. However, I can be able to mark off Housemaid's Secret from here. And basically when I mark them off, I'm just coloring underneath of it in yellow. And that kind of lets me know that, hey, I have read it for my 20 and 2024. So that one, I will have so far 2 more books to add to this. And then once Leather and Lark is finished, I will have 3. And then I also, I will definitely have this one filled out by the end of June. As long as everything goes to plan. Okay, so Bookopoly. I am kind of thinking, do I have any book that I could be able to mark off? I don't think so. I do not. I definitely do not. So that is whatever. Ooh, okay, so The Housemaid's Secret, I can go ahead and update this one, and I gave it 5 stars. I just color them in. Okay, so one of these books is on its way to me, and I don't know which one. I think it's Given Art History. So this is going to have to be a June, but I'm going to confirm once I get it, so then that way I know for a fact which one I need to properly update. Book club reads. So we are actually doing 2 for July. So, okay, so, oh my gosh. Everyone in, I think it's, okay, so what we are doing, oh, I know what it was. Okay, so first of all, Every Time I Go on Vacation, Someone Dies is our book for June. So I'm going to go ahead and update that. And this one I've already read. I think I gave it 4 stars. And that did not work. I I am going to have to write a lot smaller than that. You know what? I have new pens and I know which ones be perfect. So one of the stores that we went to in New York was this little Japanese, it's not a little store, Japanese stationery. It was like a three-story store. They had books, they had a lot of like anime, manga, and then they had a bunch of stationery. And one of the pens that I purchased is, apparently I still have the price on it, but it is a Pilot High-Tech C 0.25. This thing is like super fine. We also went to the Muji store where I picked up some of their clicky pens in 0.3 and 0.5. And then I also picked up the dark blue because I really love the dark blue. I'm normally a black only, but that dark blue is like the perfect color if you ask me. And then I just got this little case, but I'm going to use this 0.25 because I need to write extra fine. Like, it's almost kind of hard to see, but oh my goodness. I also want to try the 0.3 and see how that one works, because I'm like, that is really, really super fine. And the 0.3 I think will actually be better for this. Okay, so our Zoom date is 6/12 tomorrow. Tomorrow based on the day that I'm recording this. But at this point, I don't know if I have a date this is going to go up. So we'll see. But there we go. And then I will be putting a picture on here. And then the next one that we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put into July. So we're doing 2. So some of us have not read Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. And there's actually like a second book in this series that's called, oh my goodness, there's actually 3 books in the series. Well, dang. Okay, well, one of them is a novella. But anyways, the first book is Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. The second book is Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. So we are number 1. Anybody who hasn't read the first one has to read the first one. And then we are reading the second one. And then we're just going to do like one Zoom and talk about both of them. So this one is on my 20 and 24, so that's going to be perfect. And then we do not have a date for that yet. Okay, so we do not have a date for these 2 yet. Like I said, it's going to be the same date, but we just haven't picked that out yet. But I have it there. So I'm kind of thinking that this one is probably going to be one I read maybe late June into early July. And then after that, I will read the second book. We don't have the book for July yet. So I wasn't able to read the one for March. And then we didn't have one in May, so we're just basically waiting for July's book. And then the genre in Pixels. I only have one book to add to this, and it is a thriller. So I've only finished 3 books so far this month. All right, now we come to my time reading in Pixels. This is when I get to really have some fun and try to remember this. Okay, so I know for a fact on the 7th, that is the wrong color. I keep doing that. I keep grabbing the wrong stinking purple. Okay, so 7th, I read a lot. The 5th, I know for a fact that I read a lot. I'm gonna say the 9th I read a lot, because we were on the subway a lot, and I was also reading while standing in line. The 10th I didn't read as much as what I could have, because I ended up falling asleep. The 11th, I have not read very much today at all. And then the 6th, and oh my gosh, again, I'm grabbing the wrong dang colors. Okay, and then this one, I'm going to go ahead and mark today as up to 1 hour, because I am going to read, but I know that I'm not going to read for more than 1 hour tonight. Okay, so physical. I have not read the physical today. I'm most likely not going to. What I can tell you is I read a physical on the 7th. I read a physical on the 8th. And I read a physical on the 10th. So, and then also kind of going back to like this. Attached at the hip. I can tell you that I definitely read that. The 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd. And that was it. And I'm not going to read one today, so I'm not marking off today. And then for Kindle, I will be reading a Kindle today. Wait a minute, I just lost another marker. Okay, so holy moly. Okay, so I read a Kindle on the 9th, because that's what I was reading at the baseball game, like while we were waiting in line. I'm going to be reading my Kindle today. However, like I think I would say I did read some on the 6th, because I was reading that on the plane, like waiting at the airport. No, that I was reading on the subway, but then I also read on the 5th, because that was onto the plane. So I read those 2 days. I didn't touch it the 7th. I didn't touch it the 8th, but I did the 9th. I didn't the 10th, and I am going to be doing the 11th. Okay, perfect. This is all close enough. And then audiobook. I can definitely tell you it was on the 3rd and it was on the 4th, and that has literally been it. I actually need to download an audiobook to listen to. So my no spend tracker, apparently somebody has not updated it. God, she's such a slacker. Like, I don't even know what is going on with her. So, essential dates and numbers. This is the one that I use for it. We're going to find the June. And let's go ahead. I'm going to really quickly, actually, this is what we're going to do. Okay, so I did not buy any books the 1st or the 2nd. I'm going to put in the numbers after I'm done filling this in. I didn't buy any books through that Friday. We did buy something on that Saturday, which I basically like kind of gave myself a lot of cheat days in June that are surrounded by vacation. So Saturday I definitely bought books. Sunday I did because we went to the MoMA. Monday I did because at the airport, and then Tuesday I did. So I am not allowed to buy books. Oh, and then I may have ordered two today at Target. They have a BOGO, buy one get one 50% off, and it's like through July 16th. So yeah, Target, BOGO, go shop. So I will be honest with that. Yes, I absolutely purchase books those days. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and update this. All right, so we have the dates all filled in, and we have the days marked off for when I spent and when I didn't spend. Now we come to this reading tracker. And this is one, I actually only have one book to fill in. Do I want to use this? I kind of want to use this one. Okay, so we are going to do 6, 7 through 6, 8. I'm gonna test it out. Like, which one do I like best for this? And this was Frida McFadden. Okay, I like the 3 best for it. I need to find like a good, I think I'm gonna like this one for journaling, honestly. And this was a physical and The Housemaid Secret. And then 5 stars. So far, it is a contender for the top book of the month. Okay, so next we have my ARC tracker, which I don't need to add anything else to that. Library holds, I haven't done any library holds. And then the book rating, the only thing that I'm going to be doing for this is just basically adding in all 3 of the books so far that need to be added. And for this one, I like to use like the really thick tipped. I've got a size 10. I am looking for, I had a size 7. Where did it go? Okay. Well, it's probably on my bed somewhere. So let's go with the size 5. I'm like very particular over which pens that I use in this, as you can tell. And before I move on, before I actually start that, I want to show you the washi that I picked up. Now, where did it go though? It's not here. Maybe I like put it in randomly. Here it is. Okay. So the washi that I picked up for stars, and I'm not going to start using this yet, but it comes from the Sticker Party and Create Plans. This was a collab, but it just has a bunch of little yellow stars on it. That's perfect for using like for rating books. So once the star sticker from Archer and Olive is gone, that's what I will be using for my book rating pages. This is available on the Sticker Party website, and I will drop a link below. so I'm just going to go ahead. I'm apparently giving one book a 6-star rating, which is definitely not correct. Okay. I went to grab my craft knife and the lid popped off and the whole craft knife flew, and it flew dangerously close to Vinny. So, okay, let me go ahead and grab the other stars. So the other ones are just going to be 4 stars. Vinny's kind of looking at me like, you're supposed to be feeding me. What are you doing? All right, so now for this, all that I'm going to do is just basically put in the book title, the author, the method of reading, and the dates that it took me to read. So I'm going to be using the Pilot G2 size 10, or like your 1 millimeter. I think it is 1 millimeter, but your 1 size tip for the title. And then for the rest of it, we're going to be using the 0.5. I just like kind of having like that difference. I just like having the difference in the size tip between the title and the rest of the information. Okay, once I'm done with that, then I'm completely done with like everything that I can be able to update right now. I don't need to print out any more of those, so I'm calling it done. So yeah, so there you go. That's my adventure of updating my reading journal and all the books that I purchased while on vacation. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Drop me a comment. Thank you guys so much. Thumbs up, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and enjoy the next video.